Tonight, from Messi, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Jets taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Jets. The Panthers defense getting prepared to go to work here in this second week of the preseason. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
And what continues to jump his game up, his ability to have split vision, the ability to watch the receiver. And also see the quarterback deliver the football. That allows him to make a lot more plays on balls in the air.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
From the 39, Wilson. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down. That's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
In the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. And he'll find Pittman. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27.
Receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Jets put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They'll search for a stop here in the 2nd quarter of a game that's all tied. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A give running right is Hall. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Juwan Bentley there to get him down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Hall again on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there. It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. Now Wilson. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. defensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. Their guys have the lead here in this first half. They'll try to further the cause on their end as this drive begins 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. He'll get this one complete there to Pittman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He got 29 yards that time.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they can at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devon Hamilton able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Connecting here with Pittman on the out route. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown, Jets. Bryan Edwards, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From MetLife Stadium, good night, everybody.
Tonight, from Bank of...
The Panthers defense ready to go here in this final tune-up before the start of the regular season. And the one to focus on will be this man in his seventh. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They've got the 3-0 advantage here as this next drive starts, 1st and 10. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defense in front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Brissett. He'll get this in. The ball comes out. But the second time this half, they put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. On 1st and 10, Brissett finding Bourne here over the middle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
This goes out wide from Mixon. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They've had the upper hand so far this first half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this first down. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
On 3rd down, Brissett dumps it off to Mixon. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Brissett. Open man is born. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? If it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the delay, it's Mixon. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They've looked good so far. This whole team has, for that matter, in the midst of a big first half as this next drive begins 1st and 10. A first down throw for Brissett. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Brissett to throw on 1st. Over the middle, he gets it to Berrios. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll throw again. Brissett. He's got a man. Complete. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. To Mixon on the check down. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They've done a really nice job of slowing the tempo of this offense, and as a result, they've got a comfortable third-quarter lead as this next drive begins 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Mixon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Brissett staying on his feet. No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose.
much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run with Carter. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Another tote for Carter. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.
today. From Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Panthers defense ready to go here in the Sunday night opener to this new season. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner. They start on the ground with Elliott, and they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Prescott now from the 50. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
How about how everyone...
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They trail 7-0 as this next drive begins with a 1st down. Prescott on 1st down. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43. Inside give to Elliott. Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now on 2nd and 16. Prescott to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They're going to need to bear down a bit with this drive beginning all the way out past the 40-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Prescott off play action. A dump off to Elliott. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, Elliott once more. And for a 2nd straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. 2 running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? Here's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Looking to throw. Prescott. They'll set up the screen and hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They trail here in the second quarter as this next drive begins with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. Jerry Jeudy, a touchdown reception. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. The Packers seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. K.J. Hamler, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They've got this offense backed up to start out. The line of scrimmage, the 5-yard line as we begin 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Tolbert, 79 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there is no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. first down throw for Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Devon Hamilton collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Prescott now. He finds his man complete. That's Schultz. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And right side, they're going to go option here. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Prescott. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They're in desperate need of a stop here, or certainly a turnover would be. First down, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A give to Elliott. Avoids him at the 40. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 62 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. And we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle. And, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Cowboys, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road.
Tonight, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports.
The Panthers defense ready to try and make amends for that opening week loss. Throwing first play is Ritter. This would complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy the defenses had better focus on.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. Nothing on the scoreboard for either side here. 0-0 in the opening quarter as this next drive gets underway. Ritter on 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Going play action, Ritter. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. DJ Chark, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. To Montgomery to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Montgomery on the counter. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They'll search for a stop here in the second quarter of a game that's all tied. Now Ritter to throw on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be...
Ready?
Here's Ritter. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as...
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. And complete to Drake London. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Ritter now.
That one complete. He finds Shark. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
On first down, Ritter. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They're in the ball game, but could use a stop here. Trailing in this third quarter as this next drive starts 1st and 10. First down, here's Ritter. And caught by London.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Running left, Montgomery. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Ritter. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And he loses the football a second time. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They'll be seeking a stop here for sure in the third quarter of a tie football game. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw it here, Ritter. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And just a yard to go here on second down. Ritter will set up to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ritter to throw it. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Another throw coming up here for Ritter. On the slant, this is Chark. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 14. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Montgomery running right. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. David Montgomery, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
The Carolina defense set to go to work here.
Here we go. 45, right.
Ritter back to throw.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Ritter with it after the play fake.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Ritter.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They had the pick six a moment ago. What a play that was by their veteran corner. And now they're back out to defend once more. Ritter. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now Ritter.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Here's Ritter.
This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
Ritter looks to throw it. Montgomery another target and catch. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on 3rd down and move it closer. Going up the gut, Montgomery uses the stiff arm. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 60 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
The Carolina defense set to go to work here.
Throwing to start the drive. Ryder. Sharks got it left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down. Operating from the gun. Ryder. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Third and short, Ritter. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Meanwhile, Ritter's throw taken in by Chark. And he's going to get this down near the 25. So with the yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go out on commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and it certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well, and always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Charlotte, good night, everybody.
today. From Ford Field in Detroit.
The Panthers defense getting ready for their first involvement here. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
Play action. It's Goff. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even fired.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They're already down here early as this next drive begins with a 1st and 10.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Goff.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Goff. And that's Devontae Parker complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They run it with Carson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Gone. And over the middle, this is Parker.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Here's Goff. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now a 1st down throw. Goff.
He'll go right back to St. Brown. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Throwing again is Goff. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he'll be brought down at the 27. The numbers for him from a week ago. 7 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Now Goff on 1st down. He's got Higbee complete right side.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Here's Carson. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Goff now looks to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Goff now looking to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, And it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Now Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Parker. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll toss it out to Carson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. On 1st down, it's gone. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Parker. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this week. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. They hold the lead here in this 3rd quarter, but every drive important in a 1-score game as this one begins 1st and 10 here. Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
The Goff's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now it's Goff. Going up top. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. This is Carson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. They go back to Carson here on 2nd. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, knock it free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work. The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Here's Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Goff throwing again. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there of 20 yards. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. And after their guys were forced to punt a moment ago, they'll try to force one of their own here as this drive begins with a first down. Goff on first down. He's got it to Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. Oh, able to avoid him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They go back to Carson here on second.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They run again with Carson. Gets around him. And he's got the first down. Yardage before being taken down in midfield. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys, because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Now a handoff up the middle. Carson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up. Up the middle they go. It's Carson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Lions, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they fall to defeat for the 2nd time this season. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Kansas City Chiefs.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers defense ready to go here in front of the home faithful. And the one to watch in the secondary will be this man, a longtime veteran of the league at corner.
And he really took his defensive coaching to heart last week. They want this to be an opportunistic defense. And he responded as he found a way to force not one, but 2 fumbles.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
On second and a couple, Jones throwing the out route incomplete. It's Pearson.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Throwing, Jones.
Got a man, that's Ayuk. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Second down at 5.
Now Jones. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill.
The Panthers ready to go on this next defensive possession. They just got the benefit of a beautiful punt a moment ago, so this offense backed up down by their own goal line to start this possession.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down. Operating from the gun, Jones is brought in by Jamison Crowder. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Throwing on first down, Jones. And he will find his man, Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll run on first down. It's Chambers, and he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Samuel.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Pearson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Jones. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. First catch on that one for Kelce, and it's a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Chambers. There to stop him, Juwan Bentley. On 2nd and 9. Jones. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Back to throw. Jones. And down he goes. A covered sack. Took too long to get rid of it. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Offside, defense.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The Carolina defense set to go to work here. Here's Jones, throwing to start the drive. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Chambers. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. From the 45 on 2nd down. Jones throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Got his target, Samuel. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll look to throw again. This one caught by Crowder. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts
as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His pass caught at the 4.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Back to throw again. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Jamison Crowder from 3 yards out. And the Chiefs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And